the touchline or when he's taking his man wide rather than take a look at. And then with time during the game, probably we might see the likes of Prince Owusu and all of the other players probably come on. Our CF Montreal striking as well. And then see if, but I believe that Brandon Thomas Asante and Semenyo, if they can just find some telepathy in the second half, will be really, really crucial for getting a goal for Ghana.
And that will be crucial for the Black Stars if we can find some telepathy.
And so the second half of the game between...
So it's currently ongoing. Second half, Japan still leading Ghana by a goal to nil. Can the Black Stars find the much needed equalizer? So ball in the half of Japan. They are building up very well and doing that very confidently. It tells you the growth of Japanese football in recent times.
Yeah, it tells you the growth of not just Japanese football, but the Asian football. Teams are investing heavily in infrastructure, the right coaching departments, the right elements of the game to grow their football. And there's no surprise that some of these Japanese players as well, like Takefusa Kubo, is playing in La Liga, has played in La Liga for the last 3-4 years, competing against the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid, have come through their youth systems. You have Minamino playing for Liverpool, playing in the French league as well. And you have Wataru Endo, who's probably the captain and who plays at Liverpool. So, I mean, they are equally finding themselves in these top leagues, and they're probably investing in their football as well, and it's probably it is actually reflecting in their game.
Of course, and most of these players ply their trade with some of the best European clubs. Japan coming closer to adding a second, and ball over the top again from that man. Minamino has loads of experience with his time at Liverpool before moving to Monaco. Ghana trying to come forward, but Asano with the ball. Now to Tanaka. Japan building patiently, looking for that second goal. Ball goes to Suzuki. Suzuki need one through to the captain, Minamino. But then Ghana regains possession. Sibo trying to find Brandon Thomas Asante, who has been stopped in his tracks. And it's a foul. I mean, going the way of the Black Stars. Ueda leading the lines for Japan. But Minamino is wearing the armband. Japan coming forward again with Suzuki. He turns and goes into the middle to find Tanguchi. Tanguchi to Suzuki again. But the turnover goes to the Black Stars. Brandon Thomas Asante trying to go back to Derek Cohn, but ball has been cleared out of touch by Watanabe. The Black Stars still in possession. Jonas Ajite. The Basel man opens the ball up to Jerome Opoku. Jerome finds Kwesi Sipo. Ghana going back again to Joseph Anand. The former West Ham United goalkeeper. Trying to go to the middle, but Japan have regained possession. The Blue Samurai coming forward. And it looks like Ghana have rather won the foul.
Yeah,
that would have been
really dangerous. Really, really dangerous. I think we're struggling from the back again, and you can see from a tactical point of view that for Japan, their job, or the Japanese midfielders and their wide players, which is Minamino and the other lateral, their job is to make sure they press Sibo and Abu Francis so closely that they have to rely on the wing backs. Now, when they go out wide to Irenchi and they go out wide to Kon, they can't move forward again because they have to beat their man. They have to play a quick 1-2, and the next player to play the quick 1-2 with is already pressed as well by the Japanese player. So this is really, really good pressing, but from a tactical point of view, it's telling us something that Otuado needs to find a solution. And that's why he's speaking to Kamaldeen about it.
And it looks like Abu Francis may not be able to continue, because I've seen him clearly down on the turf with the medics around him. He went in for that tackle, but it came off worse.
And this is the concern we talk about, Muta, that when we go to the World Cup, if Partey in our first game, the high-profile game, suffers an injury like this, what does it mean for the rest of our tournament? And this is why in games like this we expect that Sibo, Abu Francis, Ashimero, if it's back to his best, that they show a bit more consistency and a bit more for us to be able to rely on, for Ghanaians to believe that even in the absence of Partey, we have people to carry the midfield.
It looks like it's a nasty injury with the show of concerns from both sides of players. And I'm not sure Abu Francis would be able to continue this game surrounded by his teammates. It clearly doesn't look good.
We're hoping it's not a knee injury. A knee injury would sideline him, obviously, for the World Cup. If it's a shoulder, if it's an ankle injury, or he's torn something in his hamstring, he's torn his hamstring or something, 3 months, 4 months here and there, he would be back successfully prior to the World Cup, 3-4 months, and he can give it another go. But if it's an ACL injury in the knee, it's going to be very difficult, and he might rule him out for 9 months, and automatically means that he probably misses the World Cup.
And that would be a sad turn of events for someone like Abu Francis, who has been in and out of the team for some time now. He was part of the qualifiers that were played, and that is a goal that Japan scored. A typical Minamino finish. Just side foot in the ball past goalkeeper Joseph Annan, and there was little he could do about that.
Yeah, very little he could do because of the way Minamino opened himself up. Had a lot of time to think about the finish and the composure and the accuracy of that placement. There was no chance for Annan on the day.
Still a temporary hold up. The medics on the pitch to ensure that they treat Abu Francis. This looks like a nasty one for him.
Yeah. That's why I'm hoping, like I was saying, that if it's something in his hamstring, something on his ankle, and then it takes him out for 3 or 4 months, he will be able to manage. But the way the players are surrounding him, the other test to be asked to whether he can walk after. No, he's being taken away by a stretcher, and this probably indicates that maybe we're hoping it's not that, but probably he suffers that ACL injury we're talking about.
And it looks like Christopher Bonsuba will take his place. Bad one for the Black Stars and Abu Francis. Christopher Bonsuba, these days he plays football in Saudi Arabia. He's likely to take the place of Abu Francis in this game. Not looking good for the Black Stars. And the grim on the faces of the players was telling a story. Not just Abu Francis, we could have Ali Duseidu also being introduced in the game. But Antoine Semenyo is coming off for Christopher Bonsuba. Is it the right change?
I'm struggling to understand the notion behind the sub. Okay, so Alidu has also come on.
Yeah. I think Alidu comes on for Abu Francis means that
Calabirechi goes into midfield.
And Christopher Bonsuba also coming on for Antoine Semenyo.
Yeah, and then that would mean that Bonsuba is going to have to do slightly more in attack, and we can rely more on Brandon Thomas Asante and Kamal Dean to carry the day. Let's see how it goes. Kamal Dean is now wearing the badge, wearing the captain's armband. Probably his first as well in his career, and let's see if they can make something happen. The Semenyo sub is very, very surprising, but Otuado will probably explain that after the game.
Of course. And it will be clearly explained by Otuado. Trust him to do that. But free kick to the Black Stars of Ghana. I see Bonsuba and Derek Cohn behind the ball, but it looks like Derek Cohn infects this one into the half of Japan, cleared partially back to the penalty box, but it's been cleared. It's a tussle in the middle as Japan are trying to regain possession, but ball back with the Black Stars. Jonas Ajete finds Kelly Buenchi, who has moved from right back to the midfield. Brandon Thomas Asante doing too much on the ball and losing out on possession as Tanaka is on the ball now for Japan. The Blue Samurai are yet to make a change, but they are leading by a goal to nil. Kubo. Ball back to Watanabe. He finds Tanguchi. And that is Japan coming forward again. Black Stars leaving dangerously. Ball back to Tanaka. The Black Stars defending the alliance again. Again, Tanaka with the ball. Sends the shots in by goalkeeper Joseph Annan. Pulls off a beautiful save to deny Japan the second goal.
Japan trying to test the waters here, then pulling some passes through. But the shot was really strong, but right straight at the goalkeeper. And then that's really decent goalkeeping to just parry it away and towards safety. It's a corner for Japan.
Corner kick for Japan. That shot coming from Sano. He thought it had gone in for 2-0, but Joseph Annan pulling off that save. Corner kick. Kubo behind the ball. The Black Stars need to defend this one very well. Kubo Sensi in the cross. Let's go up. But goalkeeper Annan again going down and pulling off a save, despite the fact that Ueda got his head on the ball. Ghana still living dangerously. The Black Stars trying to build from the back. Jonas Ajete finds Jerome. Ghana loses out of possession again. Ueda coming forward. Kubo. The Real Sociedad man on the ball. Kubo finds Watanabe. Japan coming forward. It could be dangerous, and that is the second goal for the Blue Samurai of Japan. A shot coming in. Duan scoring that goal after the Black Stars lost possession around the center circle. Japan quickly made the turnover count. The defenders were backtracking. Ball to Duan. All he needed to do was check back onto his left, pick his spots.
That's an exquisite finish from Duan here.
And goalkeeper Annan beaten at his near post. Japan 2, Ghana 0. 60 minutes played in the Karen Cup.
Muntala, this is exactly the quality you see at the World Cup. players who turn up in tight situations. Everybody was thinking about Kubo once we gave the ball away. It goes wide to Kubo. He gives the ball to Duan, and Duan cuts in and makes it seem as if he's going to lay the pass for someone else, and then he picks the shot directly at the near post. And Annan he's caught off guard, and 2-0 to Japan. Credit to them for pressing right, relentless throughout the game. And they've really not done too much in possession, but it's just really about the basics that they've got right on the day that is harming and hurting Ghana heavily.
Of course, and Japan not stressing enough, but getting all the right things. Then meanwhile, the Black Stars are struggling to even create decent chances in this game. Let's hope that things turn over for Ghana. Jerome sensing the long cross, but it's been dealt with easily, and Japan come away with this one. Tanaka opens up to Kubo, who finds Watanabe. Doing with the ball now. Yaguchi. He goes left to Suzuki. Ball back to Hagawaya. Japan. Strong in there. Building up from the back. I mean, a goalkeeper being beaten at his near post, would you say you could have done enough with that one?
It's a difficult one, because these types of goals, when you come for the goal, one of the basic rules in goalkeeping is that you shouldn't be caught off guard at your near post. But with the amount of defenders or the Ghanaian defenders in front of him, I think that he was always thinking about the fact that Doan was going to go for the far post, a curler into the far post, and it also looked like Doan was going to square the ball back right at the edge of the box for the next Japanese player to bend into the net. But hey, that's the intelligence of the player, and that is the quality that you come up against at the very top, against the top sides in the world. So I'll give a lot of credit to the player, and the keeper could have done better, but the power on the ball and the quality of the strike sometimes will be very harsh to come for the goalkeeper in situations like this.
Of course. And as we said, Abu Francis, with that terrible injury, we're hoping that he recovers in time. But it's still 2-0 to Japan in the Karen Cup. The Black Stars trying everything possible to get back into this game. Remember, there's no Mohamed Kudus available for this big one. Ghana coming forward, shot coming in. But then, second time save from Hagawaya, and that was a powerful shot from Kamaldeen Sulemana.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the shot is straight at the goalkeeper, but that was just Ghana's first shot on target. And in this minute, I want to check the minutes accurately. 65th minute.
65th minute.
Yeah, after an hour and 5 minutes, we now register our first shot on target. We've had 0 big chances so far.
That is something that Coach Otuado will need to work on and correct to ensure the Black Stars are more potent up front and being able to create chances. Japan coming forward again, and that was the goal. Doan, he just checked back onto his left, used Derek Kohn as the cover, and slotted the ball past goalkeeper Joseph Adan. Still in the game. Ghana still trying to get that equalizer. Japan possessing very well. Suzuki back to Yoguchi. Ghana regains possession and ball at the feet of Kisuva Bonsuba. That was a cheeky back heel. Japan deal with it perfectly and make their way out of their own box. The Black Stars would have one more game to play in the Karen Cup, and it will be played in 4 days' time, where they will be taking on South Korea, another powerhouse in Asia. But by then, I'm sure Coach Otuado would have learned a thing or two from this game to be able to ensure Ghana doesn't taste defeat again. The Black Stars now possessing the ball quite well. Kamaldeen Sulemana shifts the ball to Derek Hon. Christopher Bonsuba loses out on possession. Foul going the way of Japan, who have totally been dominant. Now they make a couple of substitutions of their own. Japan now making some substitutions. The goal scorer, Don, is coming out. That was like the cushion for Japan to make it 2-0. So to confirm, it was Ali Duseidu and Prince Kwabena Edu that came on for Antoine Semenyo and Abu Francis respectively. Japan making their own substitution with Chima coming on as well. Joel Chima. They're not backing down any moment from now, and one more goals. But what really matters, Kuzo, is it the result or the performance?
I think in games like this, first of all, it's a friendly. So basically, you want to test the performance. That's the priority here. You can get a good result. You can draw this game. Japan will miss a ton of chances, but it doesn't mean that you put in a good performance. You can go ahead and lose this game, but if you have great spells in possession, if you defend well, if you play yourself out of the press easily, if you dictate and control the game, then people can say, or we can say that it was a decent performance. We want to build on that, but the result probably does not reflect the game. And so I think that the target or the priority should be performance instead of just the result.
Japan coming forward again. A shot comes in, but narrowly misses the post. This time, it is Nakamura who was trying to go for the far post, just like Don did. Goalkeeper Annan had it covered. But it's a good exercise for players like Annan who have not had minutes with the Black Stars.
Yeah. And then a high-profile game like this, a high-profile friendly like this, it comes up against some of the best, some of the most decent players in the world. It's a decent experience for him, something he will definitely hold in long in his books.
So, fighting to reduce the deficit, Brandon Thomas Asante finds Kamaldeen Sulemana, but who is brought down. It's a foul to Ghana. Just into the half of Japan. Thomas Asante plays for Coventry City in the English Championship. Their head coach is Frank James Lampard, and they're looking to qualify for the Premier League next season. Currently, they are on top of the championship table and are playing some delightful football. He has personally contributed to that success at the moment. Still ongoing, Ali Duseidu goes into the middle, finds Caleb Yunchi. Caleb twists and turns, finds Derek Hon. Derek back to Opong. Bra. He finds Jonas Ajite. Ajite comes forward with the ball. Then goes back to the middle, Kwesi Zibo. Alidu Seidu. His ball has been cut out. Throw into the Black Stars. Lots of options on the bench. Mohamed Salisu, Lawrence Sati. Ziggy also on the bench. Benjamin Asari. Prince Owusu. Christopher Bonsuba. Kelvin Nkrumah. Prince Osewusu. These are all options that Otoado has. Prosper.
Yeah, he's got a really good amount of options on the bench, and that's why we were making that essential point. I was thinking that Semenyo would play a good 70 minutes, but like I said, that again probably, and you can see Prince Owusu for what he showed in the last World Cup qualifiers. I think Otoado trusted him again to give him that call up, and it's looking like he's going to give him a good 15 minutes here.
Yes, I've been told that Christopher Bonsuba would come on shortly. Christopher Bonsuba would be entering the fray. As well as Prince Owusu, who's been talked about greatly in recent days due to his fantastic form at club level. Still ongoing. Japan leading 2-0. Pamna Edu Owusu. Looking for some game time in this one. It's still 2-0 to Japan in the 2025 Korean Cup. Japan coming forward with Shima. He goes back to Watanabe. Tanguchi finds Suzuki. Japan switching play beautifully. Kubo making that run. A shot comes in, but it's been blocked. Another. And this time, no problem for Joseph Annan.
Yeah, slightly wide there from the Japanese. Still really good time or spells in possession. It's a really good cutback. Annan clears it out, and that's a really, really powerful drive. But yeah, slightly wide of the post. But I think that if it was on target, probably Annan will get a touch on it.
Yeah. And it's been a good debut for Joseph Annan, despite the fact that he's conceded 2 goals that you can't really fault him for. And it's still Japan being all dominant, controlling the tempo of the game. Kubo faces Derek on. Watanabe tries to go past Jerome Opoku, but doesn't work out as Jerome is brought down. It's a foul to Ghana. The Black Stars could still at least get a couple of goals. In this one, it looks like it is game set and done for Jerome Opoku, who is coming off after 75 minutes with 15 minutes to go. He's leaving the pitch, so we are going to see.
I think it's Jerome who falls for that ball.
Yeah,
it's Jerome. That's poor timing. Poor timing.
It wasn't the best, and that allowed the Japanese to get into the lead with that one. Still some very good 15 minutes to go. Minamino also leaves the pitch after scoring the opener and leaves the captain armband to Taniguchi. Japan are making a triple substitution. And the likes of Kitano are all coming on. Ando is also coming on. So triple substitution for Japan. And Goto is also entering the fray. So game restarts. Caleb UNG on the ball now. Gideon Mensah has also been introduced into the game.
I think the Black Stars have switched now to a back four.
It's no longer a 3-back system. Now a complete back four system. Japan coming forward again, but Jonas Ajite steps in and dispossesses them of the ball. Kamadi Sulemana twisting, turning. That is a beautiful threaded pass to Derek on. Ball back to the half of Japan, but again they take charge of possession. Christopher Bonsma has also been introduced into the game. And a very good exercise for the Black Stars this morning as they look forward to taking on South Korea in the next game in 4 days' time, which would also be live on TV3 and on Onya TV, and there will be live commentary on 3FM 92.7. Ghana, can they get a consolation goal? Cross comes in, but then properly and well defended by the Japanese. Ball with Watanabe. Watanabe finds Kitano. Back to Watanabe. Finds Tanguchi. Tanguchi to Suzuki now. Japan just stringing passes together beautifully and just leaving the Black Stars chasing shadows. Comfortably they do it. It looks like they are trying to lure the Black Stars from their own shell.
Yeah, and that was exactly what happened a couple of minutes ago when the Black Stars decided to press. Yes, we won the ball back, but quickly Japan regained possession. And then I think that the players have noticed that no matter how hard they try to press Japan, it's so easy for them to play their way out, and it creates a lot of space for Japan to exploit. So I rather sits back rather than come out to come and press. And that is why the shape or the system has gone back looking like that 3-back system again.
Of course, and it's ongoing. Big one. 78 minutes of play. We are hitting the 80-minute mark soon. Japan still leading by 2-0. Japan have loads of quality because even Endo Wataru of Liverpool has not even played a single minute in this one. It tells you the quality that this Asian side have.
Yeah, it tells you the quality they have. It tells you how prepared they have. I was really pumped after I saw them make it from 2-0 down, come on to beat Brazil 3-2, and that is why we're hoping that we'd have a few of most of our best players, the parties, the kudos available, so that we can test and see how strong our team looks. It's far between now and the World Cup years, but after this window, we only have the March international window and 2 weeks after summer for the World Cup. So after this window, we only have 4 weeks before the big stage at the World Cup.
Of course, and that will be the March window. Now, when Ghana are taking part in the Caribbean Cup, Nigeria and other nations are also playing the World Cup qualified playoffs. And Kuzo, you saw the game yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's Nigeria against Congo in the final playoff before the intercontinental playoff. How do you think this one?
Yeah, I think Nigeria will grab it. I think they know that they had a poor run in the group stages, but hey, they went on to after South Africa had that point deduction, they went on to come back and look like they were going to find something on the last day, but it didn't happen for them. Then they get themselves into the playoffs, and it looks like it's working for them. They need to beat Congo. We just registered our second shot on target, but they need to beat Congo so that they can go represent Africa on the world stage, and probably it will be even tougher. But yes, they have it in their hands, so try and book a place at the World Cup. After they missed the 2022 edition due to us, we beat them away from home out there in Nigeria. So if they miss the next edition, it will be 2 World Cups in a row when Nigeria are absent, and that's not what they want.
I saw the Congolese team, and I can tell you they are not that bad.
Yeah, they're not that bad. They're not that bad.
Solid, even without Jan Visa in their ranks.
Yeah. It will be a tough game.
The likes of Wan-Bissaka, Tonzembe.
Yeah.
Cedric Bakambu.
Yeah. They play more as a unit too. They
all playing for the Congolese national team. So it's on Sunday. But then, right here, it is Ghana against Japan. Another substitution for the Blue Samurai of Japan. This time, it is Sato, who has come on for Kano. Rather, he has come on for Nakamura. Ghana switching back to the 4-back system with the likes of Gideon Mensah or in there. Gideon came in for Gerald Opoku, but Christopher Bonsuba also replacing Brandon Thomas Asante. It's still Japan leading the Black Stars by 2-0. Not an easy game for the Black Stars. We're hoping that after the game, we're going to hear some positive news concerning Abu Francis and how long he would be unavailable to play football.
Yeah, such a terrible injury. We just hope again, but it doesn't look like a knee injury from what I saw close up on the replay. But it looks like he's twisted his ankle really deep, the whole leg, like a fracture in the bone as well. So we'll see. I will wait for the reports and we'll wait for Otuado's official statement. But I think it's going to be an injury that keeps him out for the minimum of 4 months.
Yep. And we'll see what happens. Otuado with Desmond Ofe on the bench, trying to put their heads together to find a solution as to if the Black Stars can come back or not. So, some 84 minutes played. Japan coming forward again. Ball with Sato. He finds Tanaka. Back with Sano. Sano finds Ruto. And Japan pushing for more goals, despite the fact that they are leading by 2-0.
Yeah, they have their fans behind them. They have loads of fans in the stands cheering them on, also expecting a lot from them. And I think at this stage of the game, they've realized that the system they came with, the way they are pressing, is still difficult for Sibo. And when Abu Francis was on to do it, Caleb Urenchi's coming to midfield, we're still struggling. It's only when Kamaldeen Sulemana comes in midfield for Ghana to create an overload that we are able to string a few passes here and there. But we're still struggling heavily, and they know they are better than us on the day, and that's why they're pushing for the third.
Suzuki has worked himself pretty much well in this game today. And short, he's defended everything that has been thrown at him. Let's see what happens if Ghana can get at least a consolation goal. But it's Japan who are pushing for more goals. Head ball flashes across goal. Goalkeeper Annan steady in post, but that didn't trouble him. Japan are not resting their oars. They are in search of that third goal. That would be a sucker punch. But again, Ghana survived this one. But what needs to change, Kunzo? I mean, it's almost done, and it looks like Ghana may not be able to recover. But going into the South Korea game, what needs to change?
I think Otoado is going to have a big word with his defensive midfielders. Abu Francis is now out, so it means that probably in that game, Kalebi Renchi will have to step into midfield. Probably Bonsuba and Sibo as well, but he goes with a double pivot, so you can expect that Renchi, who he trusts so much, and Sibo will start in that game. And the instruction he's going to have to give them, the way he's going to have to set up his team, probably he's not going to play in a 3-back system. Maybe he'll stick to the same system. But it's clear that the boys on the day, most of them have not played together as a unit for a while, and so some of them are also making their debut, so there's not that telepathy, there's not that fluidity in the style of play or understanding with each other. So I think that on the training ground he's going to have to probably tweak his system a bit, and maybe have Semenyo starting as his number 9, have Kamau Dean wide. I think he's going to have to go a bit more direct and use a system that the players he has in his camp are more familiar with. Else he might suffer another defeat like this.
Well, Otoado would want to work on that to ensure at least Ghana comes out of the current cup with a win. And this game is against South Korea, but Japan come forward again and a header off target. Remember that the likes of Mohamed Kudus are not available for this particular tournament, so Otto will need to deal with the materials he has at the moment, and it's never easy that way.
It's never really easy that way, and some of our best players who missed out on this Kirin Cup or this international break, some of them are out through injury, some of them are not injured, and you ask yourself these questions: whether was this a ceremonial invitation for some of the young players to get a call up, and all of those questions are going to linger. But I think that this international break was probably one of the best times to have a good core of our players tested against one of the best sides, some of the best sides in the world, so that we could know our strength, know our weaknesses, know what to improve between now and the next international break, and between the next international break and the World Cup.
So Medium S Prince also has also been introducing into the game. It's left with a few others like Calvin and Nkrumah who are yet to play, and with about some 3 minutes left, would you throw him on just to come and have a feel of what it means to play for the Black Stars?
I think that the Tuados probably wrapped the substitutions on the day. There's just 3 or 4 minutes to go. If Kelvin comes on, I think that probably he may give him a chance depending on the next game and the way the results will be panning out in the next game. But I think that he's all but wrapped the substitutions. I think he's made 4 substitutions so far. Still has 1 to go, but I think he's wrapped it up on the day. And maybe if he gives Nkrumah a chance, he'll be in the next game, because he's already brought on another Mediama teammate, or Nkrumah's teammate, which is Prince Owusu.
Well,
Prince Edu is having a very difficult time.
Yeah, it's not been easy for him ever since he came on.
Very, very
He's been marshaled well.
But he's gotten 40 minutes of action, and we've not had one spell of attack where the striker from Victoria Pleasant called to the national team is that anything really threatening. Nothing to show for. Anytime he has the ball, gives it away. But it's also credit to Japan, the Japanese defense and midfield, and the way they're closing the spaces, and they're not allowing him to pick the right passes and movement to be able to finish a chance. But if after 90 minutes we have 2 shots on target, or the only threatening one came from the Kamau Dean one, and even that was straight at the goalkeeper, then a lot of questions to be asked.
Yeah. And Ghana trying to see this game out. The 90 minutes are up. Very shortly, this game will be brought to an end. 90 minutes up at the HE Stadium. Japan leading Ghana by 2-0. The Black Stars are stringing passes beautifully together, trying to at least create.
It's Prince Owusu.
Yeah, create one more chance before the game ends.
Prince Owusu's come on. He's just played like 2 minutes so far, and he's been such a treasure. And it's so far been the last 15 minutes, the longest spell the Black Stars have had the ball.
Yeah,
the guy from Medium has walked into this team, and he's doing much on the ball than a lot of the other players. But it's a big
Ghana
chance.
coming forward, but well, referee whistles for an infringement. That would have been a big opportunity for Prince Osei Owusu. There's a lot of princes.
Yeah.
This time in the Black Stars.
3 of them.
Yeah.
Prince Edu, Prince Owusu, and the Midiama guy. Oh, actually, you have 2 Prince Owusus.
Prince Osei Owusu
and Prince Owusu.
Prince Owusu and Prince Kwabena Edu.
Yeah.
So 3 of them all in the Black Stars. 90 minutes up. Let's see how many minutes the referee would add. But it's Japan leading 2-0. Currently against the Black Stars. Kwesi Sibo still in the game. This time his midfield partner isn't Thomas Partey, but rather he started with Abu Francis, who came off injured, and Caleb Urenchi has dropped into the midfield. Still 2-0 to Japan. Any moment from now, the referee will blow his whistle for the final time to signal the end of this game. It's been a good exercise. Ali Dusedo with a beautiful skill there to go past the Japanese defender, Christopher Bonsuba, trying to cut in onto his left. Fortunately, ball goes out of touch, but it's a throw into Ghana. The Black Stars can create one more opportunity before the game ends. Can the Black Stars create one more opportunity? Kwesi Sibo. Again, Ghana dispossessed, and that could be the last action. Referee blows the final whistle as he signaled the end of the game. Japan beating Ghana by 2-0 in the Kirin Cup. 4 days time, the Black Stars will be playing South Korea in another international friendly game. It's not all doom and gloom, Prosper, for the Black Stars, but it's been a below par performance from them.
There were really good parts in the game, or portions in the game, a few moments, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, where the Black Stars were able to string a few passes here and they come out in dropping deep in the first half as well. Semenyo trying to make a few things happen. But overall, the way the Japanese pressed us on the day, so coordinated, and we couldn't respond. We couldn't play ourselves out of the press. Sibo, I was doing a lot of decent stuff on the ball, but all of them were safe. 0 risks taking. A very serious and dangerous injury for Abu Francis. The likes of Bonsuba and the others came on. They tried to make things happen, but it was a tough one for them. But hey, I think that in terms of the shape defensively, how the team moved off the ball, it's still one of the treasures or assets of Otoado's side so far. And I think that Prince Owusu, given the opportunity, did a really, really good, had a really, really good spell on the ball as well. So these are the things that you want to pick from the game. Otoado's team has a lot to show, but then again, in profiles like high-profile friendlies like this, you want to see some of your best players, the Kuduses, the parties available, so that the Isaaku, so that you can probably assess or properly assess this team and know whether it's moving in the right direction or not. But you take it. Not too bad a performance.
Well, it's over from us here. It's been a good one and a good exercise. But we'll connect with those on TV because Augustine Info and Dr. Ernest Cranton will be sharing their thoughts and opinion on the game. So we'll be back on the 18th of November to bring you that second game, Ghana taking on South Korea. My name is Mutala Yakubu. I did this with Prosper Kunzo.
that we'll be playing South Korea and Japan. And once again, I want to say that communication should be the key here.